Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Tarot is not fortune telling and will not tell you anything that you don't already know. This is just a tool for your soul's expansion. We're going to start with the overall energy, clarify the cards, and end with an oracle deck. So let's go get straight into the video. So Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's look at the overall energy of this reading for you. The cards are going a little crazy. This card flipped, so I want to see what it is. At the bottom of the deck, you do have some sort of painful ending or last straw. This is a card of endings. It is a 10. It is about completion. This is the end of the pain. This is the end of the mental turmoil. This is like the last straw for you. It can only go up from here, basically. There's no, you've hit the rock bottom, or you've hit the last straw, or you've had the last painful thing. This is a completion, and it can only get better from here. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, so being a provider, creating something for yourself, taking care of others, planning towards, it looks like you're looking towards this version of yourself that you want to become, who is aligned with their inner being, and so manifesting is easier for them, but you haven't left your comfort zone yet. You want to have some sort of victory or gratification. You want people to recognize you for the fact that you're overcoming your demons, you're overcoming the self-sabotaging behavior. You want people to kind of give you like a pat on the back for how hard that you've worked, or you just want a victory over these things that these like negative aspects of yourself that you can sort of fall into or feel trapped by. And I think that will cause you to be confident. The Queen of Wands is looking away from the Devil card. She's confident in herself. She doesn't care what anyone else thinks. This one tarot reader that I watched notes how the black cats are seen as like a bad omen or like a negative thing in the tarot, but the Queen of Wands loves that cat. She doesn't care what anyone else thinks. She's so confident in herself that it doesn't matter if everyone thinks that that's like weird or bad. She feels good about it, and so she's going to keep this cat around. She doesn't care what anyone else thinks. So let's go ahead and dig a little deeper into this reading. If we look at these cards on an individual level, again, endings with the 10 of Swords here, endings. You also have walking away from things that no longer serve you right behind that card. So that could be the painful ending, something that's not emotionally fulfilling. You want more, and it's going to be a little bit painful before it gets better. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's a provider. They've created things for themselves. They've aligned their inner being with their outward actions, and therefore manifestation is easier for them. If you feel good, if you feel like you can have these things, it's going to be easier for you to call them in and also not having to take as much action, because it's like the art of allowing. The Two of Wands is somebody who's planning for the future. They want to create partnership with their belief system and their actions, but they haven't left their comfort zone yet. So you're looking out onto the horizon of, this journey that you want to take. You have the world in your hands, but you haven't left your comfort zone. You're about to take that step, but you still have some beliefs stuck in the past, or stuck, like keeping you stuck or making you feel stuck. The Six of Wands is about public recognition, social gratification. This is like a victory. This is like a winning card. This is you overcoming something that has to do with your belief system. And again, gratification from others. This could be an energy of you used to want, or there's an aspect of you that feels like you need gratification from others to feel okay with yourself, with the Devil card being right here. And then on the other side, you have the Queen of Wands looking away, but the Six of Wands is going towards the Devil. So there's something like maybe you felt like you needed gratification from others, but your highest self doesn't. And so that could be a self-sabotaging thing, like you want people to agree with your actions and your belief systems, and when they don't, maybe it keeps you stuck in your comfort zone because, you know, people don't believe you when you say that you want to create this thing because whatever, but it's like you don't need other people to agree with you. You need to be okay with looking at the way that you are sabotaging yourself and overcoming that. The Queen of Wands is somebody who has high self-esteem because she keeps promises to herself. She doesn't say she's going to do something and then not do it. Every time that you break a promise to yourself, you are diminishing your self-esteem, you're losing trust in yourself, and you are just kind of like destroying the relationship with yourself, and so your self-esteem suffers. And so the Queen of Wands is somebody who doesn't give in to the temptations of her, you know, the dark side of herself, because we all have everyone has duality, everyone has like the light and the dark aspects of themselves. None are good or bad, it's just how, whatever, you know, they're going to create whatever they're going to create. So being able to not give into the things that aren't going to create what it is that you want. Let's do clarification cards. Queen of Pentacles, at the bottom of the deck, you do have healing and restoration, balance, renewal, finding your purpose, finding meaning in things, being sensible. This is about patience. I think whatever this ending is could have you feeling impatient. But in the end, things will be restored. The Queen of Pentacles is backed by the Two of Swords and the Emperor. So there's something about needing to take action, but you're avoiding it, needing to step into your own power, but you're avoiding it, or there's something that you're not seeing clearly about your own power. There could be somebody who is trying to control you. You need to look at your relationship with control in general. What are you avoiding doing that you need to do? What are you avoiding saying that you need to say? What idea are you sitting on because you're afraid it won't work out? Those are the things that are holding you back from what it is that you want to create here with the Queen of Pentacles. The Two of Wands is backed by the Page of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. I feel like you are afraid to move forward because you don't want to be like, you feel like maybe taking a step out of your comfort zone and going towards whatever this is could be naive, because maybe in the past you've experienced pain, loss, even poverty, financial loss, things like that. I think in the past maybe you focused on your plight. I would say that it's okay to look towards the future and look towards it with rose-colored glasses. Seeing things from a positive perspective is a good thing. You don't have to be naive in that. It's okay to see. You need to see things for what they are. Obviously, you need to have you don't need to be an ignorant person, but it's okay to go towards things with a happy, positive perspective. See the beauty in things. You don't have to focus on the plight and the hard things. That's not going to make you experience more of that if you turn away from it, basically. So yeah, something about you're staying in your comfort zone because you could be afraid to move forward. You feel like that would make you naive, but I don't think that's the case. The Six of Wands is backed by the Knight of Wands and the Death card. I think you have a choice to make between being reactive and really changing your life, changing things, allowing endings to happen that need to happen. That could be with belief systems, that could be with needing gratification from other people, that could be your perspective on victory and like winning or getting what it is that you want. There's something about an ending and beginnings and transformation. The Knight of Wands is somebody who's passionate and fearless, but they're also impulsive. So there's like, and they're going away from each other. These cards are going in different directions. So you really need to look at the direction in your life and make sure that it's aligned with what you truly want, what you truly believe, and that way you can have victory. The Devil is backed by the Ace of Swords and the Nine of Wands. You need to have mental clarity right now, or you will gain mental clarity once you stop being so pessimistic and thinking that bad things are going to happen. And I know it's easier said than done, and that could be like a part of your, shadow self that you kind of like put on the back burner, is like this pessimistic outlook. But I would say that you need to be able to see the truth in things and have a clear mind and have, like a breakthrough will happen once you stop looking over your shoulder for bad things to happen. I think you're stronger than you think. I think your belief systems are also stronger than you believe in them. So being able to believe that the clarity that you're searching for will come once you stop focusing on all of the negative things that could happen. The Queen of Wands is backed by the Devil card and the Five of Wands. So you can have a tendency to argue with people, or to fall into petty drama, or to fall into competitive energy, to fall into rivalry, or just like tension. And I think that's because inside there's some sort of conflicting, like there could be a level of cognitive dissonance where you're believing one thing but you're acting in a different way, and that's going to create conflict inside, which will be reflected outside so that you can see it in yourself. Because sometimes that's the only way we can see it, is if we're like, why do I have all of this drama or all of this conflict in my life? And it's because, and all these like toxic people, or I have these patterns and these addictions or these vices or whatever it is, this codependency. Maybe like there's a part of you that's like addicted to drama or whatever, and you're like, why, and it's like you have to have all of that to be able to see like, oh, it stems from me being in conflict with myself. So I'd say these things happen for you, not to you. You do have the devil card twice, so I would say really look at what you feel like you're trapped to, the negative aspects of yourself that you feel like you can't get away from. You can, but you need to really commit to being this higher version of yourself, commit to following along with the promises that you said you were going to do for yourself, whether that's like, I told myself I was going to wake up early every day and then you don't. That diminishes your self-esteem, like I said before. But you do have balance and restoration at the bottom of the deck. There is an ending happening, and that's okay. So let's go ahead and pull an oracle card to finish off this reading for you, Leo. And, oops. Well, you have two, so I'll just read them both. You have get out of your head and then keep trying. So get out of your head, number 37. If I can find it. When you cut off a chicken's head, a burst of electricity runs through its body's nervous system, causing the chicken to run in circles and flap its wings. This is symbolic for the intrusive and obsessive thoughts we think and allow to run circles around us, even though they rarely hold any real basis in truth. Chicken's head's medicine appears when it's time to put an end to the chicken in your head dictating your life. Witness the thought and understand you have power over it. Your power is to know that it's just a thought, and if it minimizes you, it's not true, no matter how real it may feel. If it makes you feel less than and powerless, then there is no way it's true, because you are quite literally a scientific miracle connected to the infinite, ever-expanding universe. Chicken's head medicine asks you to take a big sigh of relief, because whatever is currently keeping you in your head will work itself out. You are safe, and you will find the solution, and the issue will resolve itself. Whatever you are currently dealing with is for your greater good, no matter how much the chicken tells you it's not. In fact, chicken head's medicine brings an exciting confirmation. If you are dealing with a current situation that feels disappointing and has you obsessively thinking about it, you are being asked to understand that this difficulty had to happen to lead you to what you truly want. For whatever reason, there is a lesson being learned, and in learning this lesson, you will lead yourself to what your heart desires. Chicken head's medicine demands you get out of your head now, because everything is going to work out. And then lastly, number 4, keep trying. The medicine of this card speaks of wishes being granted, but also the understanding that you will have to try again and again to receive what you desire. The process of trial and error will lead you to fulfillment. There is a story of a young maiden who prayed and prayed to the stars to heal her so she could fully serve her purpose. She tried everything but failed to ever feel whole. One day the young maiden received a starfish from the stars. She thought to herself, "This must be what will heal me." The young maiden inspected the starfish, sang to the starfish, and danced with the starfish in hopes that it would heal her, but nothing happened. As a last resort, she took a small bite of the starfish's arm. Still nothing happened. The young maiden cried out to the stars and cursed them for her inability to be healed. She fell to her knees and begrudgingly threw the starfish into the pond before her. As she wept in despair, her gaze fell upon the starfish, subtly moving in the waters. As she watched it regrow the arm she had taken a bite of, the medicine of the starfish was revealed to her. It was at this very moment that she had a deep expansion of consciousness. By witnessing the starfish regenerate, she understood the message from the stars. She could heal herself. The ability to do this was not outside of herself, it was always within. This was when the young maiden began to heal. Whether you are healing, manifesting, or creating a meaningful relationship, Starfish's medicine is to keep trying. Understand that all you deem to be failures lead you closer to the right action. If the young maiden didn't take multiple approaches, she would have never been led to the answers that lie within. I hope that you guys like this reading. If it resonated with you, let me know in the comments below how. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next reading. Thanks.